Good morning, as we're just about ready to push into the afternoon portion of the day. Our fourth match of the day in the wondrous Rimini here for Paganello, the greatest tournament on sand. It's been here since the beginning of time, you would imagine, but not quite. So anyhow, a tournament that's got bigger and better, and we're pleased to be bringing it to you here at ULTI.TV. My name is Stefan Rapazzo, alongside Amelia Durbin. Back in the women's division, Durbs, we've got Trenila ciuf taking on Windspiel. Basically, what do you know about these teams based on the way they might play club or grass, I guess? Who are they?
I think based on an observation, based on kit, we have Tequila Boom Boom-esque team, which is an Italian team from Rimini, I believe.
Home team, hometown favorites.
And Muck, which is from Munich, which is a German side. I think this MUC or Muck team were at the Club World Championships about 6 months ago in Portimao. So assuming it's a similar outfit, Tequila Boom Boom did do a season of grass in 2023, but haven't seen much of them since.
Well, they just missed the grass qualifications last year. I know they just missed out. They're not too far off. So, and I know that in Italy, in Rimini, they specialize on the beach. They do well on the Italian circuit, and they are hoping to do well here. They're the number 3 seed in this division, and they'll be looking to dispatch of their opposition here. Muck, I want to call them Muck, but they are Windspiel. And we'll be looking to dispatch with them as soon as possible. And of course, Windspiel is here to deny them that opportunity. Some great players on both of these rosters. Di Lauro, you've got Pironi, Martinini, Asia Martinini, super player that's done a lot of work on the juniors divisions. So we're looking forward to getting stuck into this one. Of course, it is Trenila ciuf in the white and Windspiel in the blue. And Paganello getting into the second day, or the first day of play here. It feels like the second day because last night the welcome party was like, we've slept since then, and that was very much part of Paganello.
Absolutely. Seemingly quite iconic. People were telling me prior to I got here saying, oh, it's the pasta and wine night.
Yes, pasta and wine night.
And little sardines.
And the little deep-fried sardines, and you kind of just go up and they'd give you as much as you want every time up. It's good. It represents the region and the Italian nature of hospitality, as Munich get things going, layout right away, and sent deep, pop to the side, look back to middle. Around the number 19 shirt, looks to middle and gets a reset. Goes to the end zone and just too far in front. And Windspiel unable to get a goal there. They looked quite good getting there, and then the lead throw too far in front for the scoring option.
Yeah, albeit the turnover, it was a very energetic and kind of emphatic start to their offensive campaign. So unfortunately they turned there, but Tequila
Di Lauro takes that one. She had posted a picture on the gram yesterday with the Cardena sisters after they came and did a clinic for this team, and that throw to score goes out the back. But I do know that that was a great honor for Tequila. They had a grass clinic with Fury 2 days ago, a beach clinic with the Cardena sisters yesterday, and they're really they were very stoked on it. I know Di Lauro was super stoked. I spoke to her last night while she was serving pasta and wine and fish.
What an amazing opportunity for those players, especially if they're onto the grass season, which is just about to get started. That EUCS ranking algorithm playing its part this year. Looking forward to seeing them.
Back in play, Meyer punches forward up the line, fakes the big backhand, delivers the little one, and then right through the hands there, golden opportunity, slips through the fingertips.
Pretty sloppy start to this game. Both teams kind of putting up big shots and ooh, right over the shoulder.
Very confident catch there. Spin around here, looking. Oh, that is nice.
Ooh,
oh, it pops out, but that was a beautiful leading throw.
That was fantastic. Just finding that window and squeezing it in. Goes to ground and just can't keep it in. It's unlucky.
They'll have to go again, but it's Munich who gets to go next. Now I'm already forgetting who pulled on this first point.
Windspiel are on offense.
Windspiel are on offense, so this is
break.
another break chance. Thank you, Derbs.
Happy to provide. Worth noting the wind's really picked up since this morning.
It has.
You can sort of see that already.
You are absolutely right about that. Good note. Di Laudo hangs one up and well read underneath. Just waiting it out. Kind of saw the angle first, knew it was going to come back towards her, and just backed away from the defender and got a nice piece of Eurodisc in hand here on the Eurodisc Arena for the first goal of the game, Derbs.
Yeah, good way to start. A break early for this tequila boom boom-esque side.
Trenila ciuf
ciuf. TCC.
TCC.
Sure. Yeah, love the box in the end zone as well. Just kind of took an early position and held it. We mentioned about the wind. Something I said a lot at the World Beach Ultimate Championships is that how important a pull is on beach. So it'd be interesting to see here if TCC are able to keep the disc in bounds. If it goes out of bounds, it's a 1/3 of the pitch punishment up to the brick mark, which on a beach pitch does really feel tough. But we see being kept in bounds and a really good catch.
Great pull reception. You're absolutely right. Martinini with and then that one bobbled but caught. Love to see those hands. Great defense by Trenila right now. They're all over them and bang, pow. That one is in quick for the goal, and that's Nina Panzi with that goal. I believe a Ketchup Graz player normally. From Austria, so joining her Rimini friends.
Yeah, Trenila starting to find their confidence a little bit early on. You can sort of see Windspiel, they're not necessarily making the wrong decisions, but I think that was just really good shutdown defense from Trenila. They were kind of surrounding the handler. The handler didn't really have anywhere to go and almost just threw it forward in a bit of a Hail Mary hope and just swatted away. Yeah,
you're right about that. They're not making the worst decisions on the first point or two. They missed a couple very good opportunities on this last one. You did see the Trenila defense make it that much more difficult. As noted, Drubsy. So set to pull are Trenila ciuf. A big shout out to Eurodisc as we're here in the Eurodisc Arena. Of course, to VC, the apparel sponsor, and so many others by Cardenas, Lightspeed, and the city of Rimini, who has helped put this together year after year as Munich now take their chances. That one may not have been the intended receiver, but does not matter. Lands in the hands for a touchdown. And Mook on the board.
Being tall on beach is a real gift.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that was the intended receiver,
I'm
Mills?
going to say 50-50. I think that there was two players in the exact line of the disc and it went quite high. So I'm going to say yes, it was.
I'm just going to go throw this right up over the stack.
And hope for the best.
And hope for the best. And Munich set to pull 1-2 for Windspiel still. No, I said 1-2. Well, because I said it like that, it is to Windspiel. But the lead is for Trenila ciuf. 2-1, that being.
2-1. Good hands there by Trenila ciuf. As we see them moving the disc. Oh, great throw, sitting nicely.
Oh.
Woo, there we go.
A little bit of contact between them going down there. Wait. But now that was Pansy in the back, just picking up the pieces. I can see this one again. I saw the two bodies make contact in front of the disc and then missed the reception. So here we go.
I think this is another example of unsure who the intended receiver is, but there's two players there and one of them gets it.
Look at that beautiful drone shot. Oh, that's the, and it is Pansy just picking up the pieces. Great contest out in front of that for what I thought was the goal. I thought the defense did just enough, but Pansy sitting in the back, picking off the goal and taking the lead to 3-1.
Yeah, both teams are actually dealing with the wind conditions quite well. Seen some really good kind of gaining passes, albeit hucks or just slightly longer than an open under. And the discs are sitting really nice and flat. And the pull game so far has been awesome. As much as it's windy, it's not super gusty, which is often a little bit easier to play with.
Well, here comes Windspiel and the foul called there, and I think I agree with that one. I think I saw some contact, and it is accepted.
Agreed.
And back into play. Pole goes high, and off one hand, almost a second chance, but not quite. Picked up Di Laudo and Rimini. Trenila ciuf. Ooh, how did that get around? Goes short. Now the leading throw. Boom! Layout. Is that in? Or was the foot down? They're counting it. And she's not sure. What do you think, Derb? Was it?
I actually don't think that.
I don't think it was either. I think she caught it and her foot was still down and then fell forward and landed beyond the line. And they're going to play that way.
But a fantastic grab.
Yeah, fantastic grab. And they're luckier to get that finish now. After a fantastic grab, that one was thrown into a contest and needed another great play.
Yeah, this TCC, ciuf, they're really kind of chugging along, showing some fantastic defense and offense. I really love the way that they're playing. They're sort of just taking options on when they're there, and they don't look like they're kind of shying away from anything. No,
they're ready for it all.
Maybe it's those two fantastic clinics.
They're here for the smoke.
Side.
Yes, as they would say, here for the smoke. Here for all the smoke. Is that what they would say nowadays? Is that what the kids are saying?
I'm not a kid anymore.
Oh, yeah. Us adults over here.
The grown-ups.
And we got some music playing, so that must... I don't know what that is. It's not a halftime jingle yet.
Just a fun little song.
Yeah, just the vibes, just the PAGA vibes. Here they come. Ooh, getting out of Callahan country there. Leading throw, sticks the mitts. In the middle again and popped outside. Good looking play to get out of trouble by Munich. Now the floater is going to be a bit too much. Oh, there was a chance at it, but it does go to ground.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is it's 4-1 in this game, but I don't think Windspiel are necessarily playing like the score should be 4-1. It's a classic saying as like the scoreline doesn't reflect the game, but I don't think it necessarily really does.
I think that's a fair assessment. So Trenila are playing better, but are they playing that much better? I'm not sure. You see these plays being made. I think Trenila's playing better in the red zone and are finding a way to like. Bring their hard work to fruition by getting those goals, where Munich have got so close and then a couple unforced errors when it comes time for facing the payman. There we go. There's the goal. Meyer shows it to the sky, celebrates, and that does make the score a little bit more reflective of the play. 4-2 now.
That might be what Windspiel needs. Sometimes you just really need to send your D-line out to scare that offensive line of the other team and kind of show them what you've got. Be interesting to see if they call, a specific kind of defense that adapts to what Trenila ciuf are doing, or whether they just go out with kind of what they have been putting on so far. I think the Trenila ciuf are just really playing quite organically. And I think the defense from this Windspiel just needs to maybe close the gap a little bit. We saw a fantastic run through D just a few seconds ago. More of that, and I think this game will come back even more even than it is now.
Here's the pull. Di Laudo moving towards the back cone. It's out the back. They're going to bring that one in for a brick. Quickly brought back to the front cone. And actually moving beyond the front cone where it would have went out of bounds. Oh no, brick mark counting. Brick mark counting. That's what's happening out there.
Do you know how many steps it is?
The exact amount that she just took.
That's the correct answer.
I believe it's 10 in Beach.
This is much better defense.
Let us know in the
Windspiel.
chats if I've got that right or not. You're going to have to get active in the chats to do that. Come on, let us know where you're watching from, what you like, who's going to win this baby. As Di Laudo goes to the ground, picks that one up, gets a little bit of Euro disc action in hand, sends it to the corner, in for another goal. Trenila ciuf looked quite tidy that time around.
They did, but I do think the defense from Windspiel was significantly better than we've seen it before. They were way, way tighter. I think they just got onto the break side, and that's why that goal felt so free. But you saw a few passes in the middle that were really, really hotly contested.
Yeah, here's another look of the finishing sequence. There's Di Laudo. Sent it in.
Thank you to everyone joining and watching today. If you haven't already, feel free to click that subscribe button. All your support makes it possible for us to come to these events like this and put Frisbee on the map for you all to watch from the leisure of your own home.
All the good stuff. We love being here at PAGA, but if I wasn't here, I would love knowing that I can just turn on ULTI.TV, YouTube, open the screen, and get Paganello right in my living room or office or wherever you may be.
I like watching from my bed.
From the bed. Just, a little lie-in sometimes, a little afternoon break, whatever it might be on your weekends. Sometimes just plug right in, watch all day long. And we know that there's many of you out there that love that, and that's why we keep providing it. Here comes, it's not Mook, it's Windspiel. Oh, and a tough one. See, there's just a few too many like that is what is accounting for the differentiation of score. There's a few too many unforced, just lapse of concentration. And we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with more action after this.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
Lightspeed, a global venture capital firm, is proud to sponsor Team Bling, where excellence and cohesion take center stage.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And created the net and made first.
That was absolutely incredible.
Paganello 2025, Trenila ciuf, up 6-2 over Windspiel. I'm Stefan Rabazzo, alongside Amelia Durbin, bringing you all the action. It's a gorgeous morning still, a little bit of wind coming. Durbs would like it to be a little hotter. I think I agree, but it is very, very pleasant here on these Rimini beaches.
It could be a lot worse, is what I hear.
Yes, and we're doing all right here as Windspiel try and do all right themselves. Pole bangs one deep, and defense had position throughout the flight of that one. But they've taken it back. Pole, short field now. Boom, bang. Can they bing it in? No, not quite yet. They take their time, and the foot block causes a foul.
Got to go for these things when they're given to you.
Yeah, if they're going to give you the doorstep, you better reach for the knob.
Nice. Goal.
Yeah, there it is. The goal. They get there with eventuality after a foul on the doorstep. They get it back and pop it in. And Windspiel make good with this possession. See our series of replays. That is a beautiful high release forehand over the shoulder of the defense to actually get this one finished. A beautiful throw, beautiful shot from our team. Love seeing that kind of play out of Windspiel, trying to get themselves, play themselves back into this.
You can see just picking off that receiver, just being like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you pay for not looking at me.
Face marking in the end zone, sometimes great, sometimes horrible.
Yeah, it can get you. Triangulate would be what the coaches are saying. Keep that head on a swivel, and you got to look where the disc is attacking from and who you are responsible for.
Oh,
Ooh, okay, let's just run into each other. No, don't do that. Here comes Trenila. Ciuf. That one into Balista and moved along again. Turchini to Martinini. Martinini throws high. Take it away,
great D
Meyer.
there.
They were really working those laterals, those side to sides, maybe a little bit too carelessly, like, hey, we can just reset, instead of, hey, let's focus on our resets. Every throw's an urgency here. I think they went back and forth just enough times that it just got a little too easy, and they paid for it.
Yeah.
But they're chomping there. Turchini, but we got a foul in the play.
I'm unsure if I could make a comment on that. Let's have a look at the replay.
Replay looks clean by my estimation.
Yeah, I think I agree.
You know, maybe there was finger to finger, hand to hand there. It would have been minimal, but minimal counts. It is contact that prevents you from making the catch.
Yeah.
From that angle, it looked like a pretty clean effort.
I agree, but
It was accepted. Oh no, it was contested, so back to the prior throw. And into play. Oh, and that one's going to get knocked out of the air onto the sand. And picked up, ready to play by Turchini. Martinini. Martinini winds up, sends for the big banger. Two there, but just out in front of both. Unable to wrap the hand around the rim.
that was a really nice throw. Just kind of really using the wind to sit the disc out and let it sit and drift into the end zone. Two receivers, both of them unable to come down with it, but a nice throw. You made a comment a few minutes ago about TCC just using the lateral passes a bit too much. I also think they're sort of abandoning the handler, which is when it is gusty like this is a very difficult choice.
Here's a shot for goal
Oh.
and a takeaway and a follow-up on the takeaway. Great Mac to get it out of harm's way and great pursuit to ensure there's no chance for a second effort.
Great catch-up speed as well. That deep disc was meant to go, and that player there just able to really pump the arms, keep going, and get the block.
Yeah, go on, test me deep.
Dare ya.
Yeah. Now leaving Martinini, she could play it from there. See, I would have. With that much room off the mark, I would have picked it up and played it there.
Oh, I disagree with you so much. I disagree with you so much.
I would have. I mean, yeah, I would have. I think
Second
especially.
handler wasn't free enough.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I mean, I would have looked up. I would have still like taken a half a breath, and before I stood over the disc to look. If it was not, if it was just me free, maybe you're right. Take the meters, move up. But if it was me and even one other person free, I'd take the free throw. Here it is, Turchini, and you've got the halftime music. That one gone too deep. We got the Spaghetti Western Paganello song, not the official Paganello song, which everybody loves. This one, I think people are going to love this too. But this is actually not even the Paganello song. This is...
Just fun.
Yes, what is the name of this cowboy track? Lettuce. Corn. That's a Simpsons version of it, I think.
I regretfully have the worst knowledge about most things. So
Bonanza, that's what that song is called.
Okay.
Or it's the theme song from Bonanza. I'm now checking it out.
that is a great pub quiz question if anyone is at home writing their next pub quiz. Windspiel then. This is a long point. I must admit I have forgotten who started on offense and defense. That is a sick layout block!
Goodness gracious. Throwing bodies around with reckless abandon back in the hands of Ciuf. Leading throw, Martinini looking upfield. End zone, too far in front.
I just got excited then. I was thinking, this is it, this is it.
So I've got it right, by the way. As we're checking this out, it is the theme song to Bonanza.
And you missed the block. Look at that. That was great.
Boom, there it is. Look at that is.
Whoever does the ULTI.TV Instagram, I'd like you to clip that one.
It's clipped. We've got confirmation.
Excellent news. Excellent news.
Here comes Meyer. Oh, taken away. They are here to play on this home turf of theirs. Trenila, ciuf, and Bingo Bango find it right back in. That was Balista. Had a great point there. Can't wait to go through the highlights of this point because, well, one, I want to see that block because I missed it. I was looking down at my screen.
It was great. I believe it's half time here on the field.
Oh, there it is. Bang! What a play. An absolute scintillator. Was that Martinini or was it Vitez? Was it 11 or 17? I think it was Martinini. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with more action after these fine words.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And traded to F and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
Back in action. Munich on the line. Of course, Munich being Windspiel. Taking on Trenila, ciuf. I'm Steph Pazzo with Derbs, Amelia Durbin. Taking in all the action and bringing it right back to your living rooms, your screens, wherever they may be. For Paganello 2025 here from Eurodisc Arena. And Trenila, the host women's team, really having a strong showing on their first match on the Eurodisc Arena. Wind up. High stall count now, but they get it away. Not quite. Looked for Di Lauro, and off the hand, the Pironi throw was too far out in front. Led. Oh, that's a strong grab. Strong hands by the 49 shirt. Windspiel lead and then over lead. Preservation of greatness to some end there, but a great catch, and the throw just a little bit too far in front. Di Lauro. Pironi. Outside, inside, inside, outside. There's the backhand. High take. Strong hand on the take. Merli goes deep and hits for the goal. Another big one. Briolini with the reception on that goal.
Yeah, Trenila ciuf like to shoot. I heard one of the Windspiel players there say, they're going to shoot deep, they're going to shoot deep. And what you can see is that ciuf are able to move the disc through the handler space, and when they get it in a power position, someone is striking and the disc is going. And if that is a reflection of how they're going to play on the grass after those two fantastic clinics run by the Fury players and the Cardenas twins, they got some throws and they're really able to get the disc to the break side. You can see that's their priority, and on beach it is a huge cheat code. If you get the disc to the break side, every defender is trailing, and if you've got the throws to put them up like they do, it's a goal nearly every time.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
You got it, Derbs.
Thank you. Spitting facts on the mic here in Paganello.
Oh, yeah.
The sun is starting to peek through the cloud cover. The wind has dropped. I am hopeful that this is the start of a very sunny weekend.
Oh, it's happening.
I'm manifesting.
Up the line, they bang 2 in a row, and the third one bounces off the hand. Love the Eurodisc arena here. The main tent in the back, totally lined field with all the sponsors. We got the grandstand, of course, Media Central, ULTI.TV headquarters. It's a great environment here. Nice layout catch there to keep that by Turchini. Led a bit too high, but well read. Pansy does a great job on the read, and that one is a takeaway. Pole. Fakes the inside, leads to Meyer. Meyer waits, goes high, and too much, not even a chase. I think receiver realized that was not in the cards.
These players must be getting tired. We've had quite a few really long points with multiple turnovers apiece. Beach really sucks the juice out your legs.
Ain't that the truth?
But day one, game 2 for most of these teams. I believe that they're playing 3 to 4 games today in kind of pool play.
Yeah, see, it like just blows my mind that there's players out there that are like, I can do that twice. I'm gonna play 2 times that. 8 games in a day. Like, yeah, they're beach games, they're shorter, but like, goodness gracious.
I believe that Ulti World should start having an award called Keno of the Year.
Yes.
Which goes to the keenest player who does the most.
Even ULTI.TV. Kaiser looks to center, gets it centered, and bang, hits Powell. High release forehand, nice. Meyer, had a hand on it, but could not close it.
I'm really impressed by some of the throws that are coming out in this game. We've kind of seen everything. We've seen IO backhands, we've seen roll curve backhands, we've seen high release flick, huck. Like, wow.
They're giving us the full range, Derbs. They're really aware that the ULTI.TV cameras are upon them, and they're ready to put on the show.
Well, I want to say that Trenila ciuf, their defense has been really good. I've been very, very impressed. It feels like every disc which has gone up, they have been in the same postcode, if not ahead of the postcode getting the block. You can tell that these young players play beach, and they're really giving us a show.
Pansy gets the up line. Gainer to Balista. She wants Pansy straight back and takes her. Ooh, that is a tight angle to Martinini. And Martinini goes inside. Connects with Turchini, and then the goal. One throw later. Balista cashes in. That makes it 9-3. They stretch ahead by 6.
Pansy's doing a fantastic job of really driving the offense of this side. Able to open up the break side, able to just drive through the handler space, get free every time, and distributing discs. It's kind of my MVP of this team at the moment. We've said that name quite a lot.
Yeah, she's been wonderful out there. Great distribution, just reliable. Nothing outlandish or overly risky coming out for throws, but still finding end zone, you know, taking the kill shot, so to speak, but the finishing touches on it. Again, like I was mentioning with Nessanik in the game with Whoop, similar kind of rate of contribution where she'll do whatever's needed and whatever is the most logical and maybe most conservative guaranteed completion.
Yeah, I think sometimes players like that get overlooked when it comes to kind of shouting out the players that are doing the most, but sometimes it's the players that are doing what is needed that are actually contributing the most. It's
yes.
you know, highlight eyes, Frisbee goggles is a big thing. So shout out to all you players that get the hockey assists.
Yeah, that's it. All the shout outs that need more shouting out. We're here for it.
Great ball.
Lands at the back and picked up in Callahan country. Out of trouble, but not out of trouble. The drop just ahead of the goal line. DiLaudo picks up and fires in, and a layout helps that one convert into a goal. And Trenila ciuf now really sticking it to that quick break. That hurts Windspiel for sure.
I think that's just been the theme of Windspiel's game. I can count more than 5 times that they've just almost had the disc just fall out of their hands. Maybe it's the wind, maybe their fingertips are a little bit cold. They're, you know, it's not hot, but sometimes it's just maybe a bit of lapse of focus, a little bit of desire to kind of get the win. I think those drops are, it's not really an excuse for them, but they do happen.
No excuse. But they do. They are excusable after they happen.
They are. We're all forgiven, but the reasoning is often unsure.
Yeah. So more music in the air here in Rimini.
It sounds like throat singing.
Yeah, it's or like a didgeridoo or something. But it was fun. Ooh, just connected. See, and those are the ones that they gotta be more sure about. First throws while they're coming up off the pull reception before the defense arrives. They've had multiple turnovers in those situations. Just got away with another one there. Okay, the big throw is what cost them. But too early in the possessions, too unforced. And that's why Trenila will continue to pour on the pressure. Martinini goes high, and it is taken out of the sky. Pansy goes back to Turchini. And in front to Martinini. Pansy leads and gets back to the middle. Backhand for goal. Pansy does it again. Beautiful throw. Derbs is clapping away here. Loving what she's seeing.
I'm so impressed. I just was thinking that is an upwind point, and it's not super windy by any stretch, but it's enough that players are having to focus on how they're releasing a disc, and every player is taking so much time and care to set the way that they're throwing, and they're coming off like there isn't any wind. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed too, Derbs.
I got a big old smile on my face.
Firing beautiful backhands. Pansy, another shout out, of course. Well done out there.
It'd be great to see this Trenila ciuf, which we do know is a Tequila Boom Boom-ish team. Maybe it's the senior team. We're not 200% sure, but they've got Tequila Boom kit on. If they're playing the grass circuit again this year, like they did last year and in 2023, it'd be great to see them out there. I'm now moved into captain scouting mode to kind of see who the big players are that we might play against later in the season, because they're certainly not one to look over.
We've got some fans in the chat, some Turchini fans.
Oh, and again, just out the hands. That is really unfortunate.
They're making them pay, though. Every mistake has been made to be doubly soured by how quickly Trenila can convert, and they've done it again there. Nice pop over the head pass. That was Di Lauro. Now are there two Di Lauros out there? No. But it was, I know it was Di Lauro. She's just everywhere.
Throwing and catching her own goals.
Yeah. And that makes it 12. So 1 away. Game point for Trenila. Nice to see you in the chat, Jacopo. And who is that?
Porcia.
Yeah, Porcia. Maria Giulia Porcia. Love having you in our chats. Hello there.
Hello.
So, is this game point? Will Windspiel extend? Pole with the disc. Leads. Backhand. Lindbender. High pop pass to Evans. Evans sends it. Bing bang off the hands. Could have been a goal, but it is a turn. And now a real chance to end this.
Yeah, we've seen Trenila ciuf really drive from the back, getting it into the break side before releasing a big huck or break side throw. Be interesting to see if they can do that here to put the game to bed.
The slow walk to the line. Turchini puts it into play. Pansy fakes the big one. Fires. Connection. About 10 meters away. Pansy. Oh, and the throw just unshapely enough that it pushes out of bounds and gives it back to Windspiel.
Yeah, not an awful lot of rotation on that one, which when you are going upwind, you really need to put it out.
Hammers the deep one. Not a hammer, but hammers it. And a pickup. 4 goal, tape to tape. Goal line to goal line, and Windspiel do extend the game. They put the 5th on the board.
Yeah, I think a quick start on beach Frisbee is so punishing because your defender is going to be so far behind you. And you've seen ciuf really just be able to capitalise on Windspiel's mistakes, drop in front of the end zone, a little pop pass for goal. And you see Windspiel playing ciuf at their own game there and saying, all right, if you're going to turn here, then we're going to whack it deep.
And what a deep shot it was to be whacked.
And a great pickup as well.
Great play.
Just kind of just trailing out towards the sideline. Receiver was just able to get the feet down and keep it in bounds. Offense for ciuf now. Pansy not chosen for the offensive look. But a great pull by Windspiel.
Di Lauro on the pickup and motioning for something big right away, but does go to Pironi, makes her go down to the ground. Fires, that is a great pickup. That is sacrificing the body, bangs it. Nope, too far in front. You love to see the layout by Briolini, but she got up a little bit too excited and fired that one just a bit beyond.
The best thing about this ciuf side is you can really see what offense they're trying to do because they're executing it so well.
You can see what they're up to. For the goal, and that one is into Di Lauro. And that is a game taker and a good microcosm of what we saw. A few too many Windspiel mistakes that give Trenila ciuf too many opportunities to capitalize, as they did on that very last point. And that sees them through to yet another win, pushing forward in this competition. Live from Rimini. A great start to our day, Derbs.
A fantastic start to our day. We've had some fantastic games here, and we've got even more games to come today.
We do. We are taking a break in the next round of action. And after the break, we will have Italia women, or sorry, mixed. Italia mixed playing Miss Frizzle's class. After that, San Francisco Fury taking on W80s, Weighties. And then from there, Fam Jam taking on Gremila. And after that, we're going to need to wait for results. Some more action coming at you non-stop from ULTI.TV for the wonderful Amelia Durbin. I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Somehow, wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow.